Every day, you spend your time and energy trying to get someone to notice you, thinking that if you just try a little harder, they'll finally see your worth. But here's the truth. No one tells you. The moment you stop chasing after their attention is the moment you truly start to find your own power. You see, Stoicism teaches us that our value doesn't come from how others see us. It comes from within, from the quiet confidence of knowing who we are without needing anyone else's approval. When you shift your focus from seeking validation to cultivating your own inner strength, something incredible happens. You stop being the one who needs attention and start becoming the one others are drawn to. In today's video, we're diving into the heart of this transformation. We're going to explore how to let go of the chase, reclaim your peace of mind, and live in a way that makes you unforgettable. Not because you're shouting for attention, but because you've found the power to walk away from what no longer serves you. This isn't just about surviving, it's about thriving in a way that honors your worth and sets you free. So stick with me, because by the end of this video, you'll not only understand how to stop fighting for their attention, but you'll also discover how to start living for yourself, guided by the timeless wisdom of Stoicism. Let's get started. Step 1. Prioritize your physical health. Now, I'm not just talking about hitting the gym to look good, though that's a nice bonus. I'm talking about feeling good, really good, from the inside out. You see, when you prioritize your physical health, you're setting the stage for everything else in your life. It's like building a house. You need a solid foundation, or nothing else will hold up. Think about it. When you're tired, sluggish, or just not feeling your best, it's hard to be confident, to connect with others, or to pursue your goals with energy and enthusiasm. But when you take care of your body, everything changes. You wake up with more energy, you feel more alive, and that naturally translates into how you carry yourself. And here's the thing, people can sense that. They can see the difference when someone is taking care of themselves versus when they're just dragging through the day. This isn't just about looking good in the mirror, although that's part of it. It's about having the vitality to live your life fully, to chase after your dreams with passion, and to be present in your relationships. When you prioritize your health, you're not just showing up for others, you're showing up for yourself in the best possible way. Let's get real for a second. No one wants to be in a relationship where they're constantly worrying about their partner's health, or where one person is always too tired or stressed to enjoy life. That's not attractive, and it doesn't build a strong connection. But when you're physically healthy, you bring a different energy to your relationships. You're more engaged, more passionate, and more present. That's something people are naturally drawn to. And it's not just about the here and now, it's about your future. Prioritizing your health is an investment in yourself, in your ability to live a long, fulfilling life. It's about respecting your body and giving it what it needs to thrive. When you make this a priority, you're sending a powerful message to yourself and to others. You value yourself enough to take care of your most important asset, your health. So, what does this look like in practice? It's not about going on some extreme diet or punishing yourself with workouts you hate. It's about finding what works for you, what makes you feel good. Maybe it's lifting weights, or maybe it's yoga, running, or dancing. Whatever it is, make it a regular part of your life. Combine that with eating well, not in a restrictive way, but in a balanced way that fuels your body, and getting enough sleep, and you'll start to see the difference. Step 2. Surround yourself with positive, inspiring people. This step might seem straightforward, but it's one of the most powerful things you can do to change your life. You see, the energy and mindset of the people around you have a huge impact on your own outlook, your habits, and even your success. It's like the old saying goes, you're the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. So, if you're serious about living a better life, You need to be intentional about who you let into your inner circle. Let's be real. If you're constantly hanging out with people who are negative, who complain about everything, or who never take steps to improve their own lives, that mindset starts to rub off on you. It's hard to stay motivated, positive, and focused on your goals when the people around you are dragging you down. On the flip side, when you surround yourself with people who are driven, positive, and always working on themselves, that energy is contagious. You start to pick up on their habits, their mindset, and before you know it, you're pushing yourself to be better, to grow, and to reach higher. Think about how this applies to your relationships. Whether you're trying to attract someone new, reignite the spark with a partner, or even make an ex realize what they've lost, the company you keep plays a crucial role. When you're surrounded by inspiring people who are on their own paths of growth and self-improvement, you naturally become more attractive, not just to others, but to yourself. You become the kind of person who isn't satisfied with mediocrity, who's always striving to be the best version of themselves. And let me tell you, that kind of mindset is magnetic. Imagine going to a social gathering with a group of friends who are all high achievers, who are passionate about their goals, and who genuinely want to see you succeed. The conversations are stimulating, the ideas are flowing, and you feel more confident just being in that environment. Compare that to spending time with people who are always complaining, gossiping, or wasting time. Which version of you do you think is more attractive? The answer is obvious. The people you surround yourself with either lift you up or pull you down. There's no in-between. But it's not just about surrounding yourself with successful people. It's about surrounding yourself with people who inspire you, who challenge you to be your best, and who support your growth. These are the people who will help you stay on track when you're feeling down, who will push you to keep going when things get tough, and who will celebrate your successes with genuine happiness. And as you grow and improve, you'll naturally become more attractive to the people around you, whether it's someone new, a partner, or even an ex. The Stoics knew this well. Seneca once said, "Associate with people who are likely to improve you." This wisdom is timeless. By surrounding yourself with inspiring people, you're not just improving your chances of success, you're improving your entire life. You're creating an environment where growth and positivity thrive, and that's a powerful thing. So, take a look at the people around you. Are they helping you grow, or are they holding you back? If you want to change your life, start by changing who you spend your time with. Choose to be around those who inspire you, who challenge you, and who support your journey. When you do, you'll find that everything else in your life starts to improve. You'll be more motivated, more confident, and more focused on becoming the best version of yourself. And that's when you'll start to see the real magic happen. Step 3. Become socially strong. Now, when I say socially strong, I don't mean being the loudest person in the room or always being the center of attention. It's not about forcing yourself to be the life of the party or trying to win everyone over. Instead, it's about building meaningful connections, being resilient in your social interactions, and creating an environment where people are naturally drawn to you because of your authenticity and presence. Think about this. In any social situation, whether it's with friends, co-workers, or someone you're interested in, the real strength comes from being comfortable in your own skin. It's about walking into a room with confidence, not because you're the most outgoing person there, because you're grounded in who you are. When you're socially strong, you don't need to seek validation from others because you already know your worth. This kind of self-assuredness is what makes people gravitate toward you naturally. This approach applies to all kinds of relationships. Maybe you're in a relationship that's lost some of its spark. Instead of anxiously trying to regain your partner's attention, what if you approach them with a calm and grounded presence? You're not desperate for validation. You're focused on truly connecting with them, listening to their needs, and sharing your own in a way that's meaningful. That kind of shift can reignite the relationship because you're offering something deeper than just surface-level interaction. Or maybe you're interested in someone new. Instead of worrying about how you're being perceived or trying to impress them with grand gestures, focus on being present and authentic. Engage in conversations that matter, listen to what they have to say, and respond thoughtfully. When you're socially strong, you don't need to chase after anyone's attention. You attract people by being genuinely interested in them and confident in yourself. And let's not forget about the situation with an ex. If you're hoping they'll realize what they've lost, the key isn't to chase after them or try to prove your worth. Instead, focus on becoming socially strong. Engage in meaningful interactions with others. Show that your social life is thriving, and be present in the moment. When your ex sees that you're not just surviving without them but actually thriving, it can often lead them to reconsider their decision. And here's the best part. You're not doing it to win them back. You're doing it because you're genuinely growing and becoming a stronger, more resilient version of yourself. The Stoics understood the importance of this kind of social strength. Epictetus famously said, "We have 2 ears and 1 mouth so that we can listen twice as much as we speak." This quote captures the essence of being socially strong. It's not about dominating conversations or trying to be the loudest voice in the room. It's about listening, understanding, and connecting on a deeper level. When you focus on truly engaging with others, rather than just trying to be heard, you create connections that are more meaningful and lasting. So, how do you cultivate this social strength? Start by being mindful of how you interact with others. Practice active listening. Really tune in to what the other person is saying without immediately planning your response. Be present in your conversations, and don't be afraid to show your true self, even if that means being a little vulnerable. Remember, it's not about being perfect. It's about being real. When you approach social situations with this mindset, you'll find that you don't have to fight for attention. People will naturally be drawn to you because of the genuine connection you're offering. Step 4. Build your confidence. Confidence isn't about being loud or always having the right answers. It's about having a deep sense of self-worth, about knowing who you are and what you bring to the table, and carrying that assurance into every interaction. When you truly believe in yourself, that belief radiates outwards, and people can't help but be drawn to it. Here's the thing about confidence. It's not something you're born with or something that magically appears one day. It's something you build step by step, through your actions, your mindset, and your experiences. It's about showing up for yourself day in and day out, even when things get tough, and proving to yourself that you have what it takes to handle whatever comes your way. Think about how confidence plays out in relationships. When you're confident, you're not constantly looking for validation from your partner. You're not worrying about whether they think you're good enough, because you already know your worth. This sense of security doesn't just make you more attractive. It makes the relationship stronger because you're bringing stability and self-assurance into the mix. Your partner doesn't have to carry the weight of your insecurities, and that creates space for a healthier, more balanced connection. But what if you're trying to attract someone new, or even make an ex realize what they've lost? Confidence is key here too. When you walk into a room with your head held high, knowing that you're worthy of attention, people notice. It's not about being arrogant or trying to dominate the room. It's about having a quiet, unshakable belief in yourself. That kind of confidence is magnetic because it shows that you don't need to chase after anyone's approval. You're comfortable in your own skin. That draws people in. The Stoics had a lot to say about confidence, though they might not have used the word the way we do today. They spoke about understanding your own power, about recognizing that you have control over your mind, your actions, and your responses to the world around you. Marcus Aurelius, the great Stoic philosopher and Roman emperor, once said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This is the essence of confidence, knowing that you control your inner world no matter what's happening externally. So, how do you build this kind of confidence? It starts with small actions, the kind that reinforce your belief in yourself. Maybe it's setting a goal and sticking to it, or speaking up in a situation where you'd normally stay quiet. It's about taking care of your body and your mind, showing up for yourself every day, and proving to yourself that you have what it takes. Over time, these small actions accumulate, and you start to see yourself differently. You start to trust yourself more, and that trust is the bedrock of confidence. Another key to building confidence is to stop comparing yourself to others. We live in a world where it's easy to get caught up in comparison, whether it's on social media, at work, or in our personal lives. But here's the truth. There's only one you. No one else has your unique combination of experiences, talents, and perspective. When you stop comparing yourself to others and start focusing on your own path, you free yourself from a lot of unnecessary pressure. You start to realize that your journey is yours alone, and that's something to be proud of. Step 5. Have a clear ambition. Ambition isn't just about setting big goals or chasing after success. It's about having a sense of purpose that drives you forward, day in and day out. It's what gets you out of bed in the morning with a sense of excitement and direction. When you have a clear ambition, you're not just coasting through life, you're actively shaping your future, and that's something incredibly attractive and powerful. Here's why ambition matters so much. It gives your life meaning and focus. Without it, you might find yourself drifting, going through the motions without a real sense of where you're headed. But when you have a clear ambition, every action, every decision you make is aligned with your goals and your purpose. This kind of clarity is magnetic. People are drawn to those who know what they want and are actively working toward it because it shows determination, passion, and a commitment to growth. Let's think about how this plays out in relationships. Whether you're in a long-term relationship, dating someone new, or even trying to make an ex realize what they've lost, having a clear ambition shows that you're not stagnant. It tells your partner or potential partner that you're someone who is always evolving, always striving for more. This creates a sense of excitement and inspiration because you're not just content with the status quo, you're actively pushing to become the best version of yourself. And let's be honest, that kind of energy is incredibly attractive. Ambition isn't about chasing material success or accolades. It's about setting meaningful goals that align with your values and passions. Maybe your ambition is to start your own business, travel the world, become an expert in your field, or simply to be the best parent or partner you can be. Whatever it is, having a clear direction gives your life structure and purpose, and that confidence and drive naturally spill over into your relationships. The Stoics too understood the importance of having a clear purpose. Marcus Aurelius often spoke about the need to align your actions with your higher purpose, to live each day with intention. He said, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." This is the essence of ambition. It's about seeing obstacles not as roadblocks, but as opportunities to grow and push forward. When you have a clear ambition, even the challenges you face become part of the journey, pushing you to grow and become stronger. So, how do you cultivate this clear ambition? Start by identifying what truly matters to you. What are you passionate about? What are the things that light you up, that make you feel alive? Once you've identified these, Set goals that align with those passions, but don't stop there. Break those goals down into actionable steps that you can take every day. It's not enough to have a big dream. You need to have a plan for how you're going to achieve it. And as you work toward your ambition, stay flexible and open to growth. Your goals may evolve over time, and that's okay. What's important is that you stay committed to your purpose and keep moving forward. When you have a clear ambition, it changes how you approach every aspect of your life. You become more focused, more determined, and more resilient. And this kind of mindset naturally makes you more attractive to others, because it shows that you're not just passively living your life, you're actively creating it. You're not just waiting for things to happen, you're making them happen. And that's something people want to be around, whether it's in a relationship, at work, or in any other area of life. Step 6. Master your emotions. This might sound like a tall order, but it's one of the most powerful things you can do for yourself and your relationships. Mastering your emotions doesn't mean suppressing them or pretending you don't feel anything. Instead, it's about understanding your emotions, being in control of how you respond to them, and not letting them dictate your actions. When you have this kind of emotional mastery, you become grounded, resilient, and incredibly attractive to others. Emotions are a big part of what makes us human. They're powerful, and they can sometimes feel overwhelming. But here's the key. While you can't always control what emotions come up, you absolutely can control how you react to them. The Stoics were big on this idea. They believed that it's not the events themselves that disturb us, but the way we interpret and respond to those events. In other words, it's not what happens to you, but how you choose to react that matters. Think about how this plays out in your daily life. Maybe you're in a situation where someone says something that really gets under your skin. The immediate emotional response might be anger or frustration, and your instinct might be to snap back or let those emotions take over. But what if instead you took a moment to breathe, to recognize that feeling, and then chose how to respond? This kind of emotional control doesn't just prevent unnecessary conflict. It also shows maturity and self-awareness, qualities that are incredibly attractive and respected by others. In relationships, mastering your emotions is crucial. Imagine you're in a relationship and something happens that would normally trigger a strong reaction. Maybe your partner says something that upsets you or does something that you find disappointing. Instead of immediately reacting out of emotion, you take a step back, consider the bigger picture, and choose a response that reflects both your values and your long-term goals for the relationship. This doesn't mean you ignore your feelings, but rather that you don't let them drive the bus. You acknowledge them, understand them, and then decide the best course of action. This kind of emotional stability can prevent so many unnecessary arguments and misunderstandings, and it builds a stronger, more trusting relationship. But mastering your emotions isn't just about handling negative situations, it's also about enhancing positive ones. When you're in control of your emotions, you can fully enjoy the good moments without being swept away by them. You can appreciate the highs without becoming dependent on them, and you can navigate the lows without being overwhelmed. This kind of balanced emotional state makes you more resilient, and it gives you the strength to face challenges head-on. One of the most powerful tools in mastering your emotions is mindfulness. This means being present in the moment, fully aware of your thoughts and feelings without being swept away by them. When you're mindful, you can observe your emotions as they arise, recognize their impact, and then decide how you want to respond. It's like having a pause button that allows you to take a step back and think before you act. This simple practice can make a huge difference in how you handle both everyday situations and more significant challenges. Another key aspect of mastering your emotions is understanding where they come from. Often, our emotional reactions are tied to deeper beliefs or past experiences. By exploring these roots, you can gain insight into why certain things trigger you and how you can reframe your thinking to respond differently. This kind of self-awareness is incredibly empowering. It allows you to take control of your emotional landscape rather than feeling like a passenger in your own life. The Stoics had a term for this kind of emotional mastery, apatheia, which isn't about being apathetic or emotionless, but about maintaining a state of inner calm and tranquility regardless of external circumstances. It's about being so centered in your own values and understanding of the world that nothing can shake you from your course. This is the ultimate goal of mastering your emotions, not to become detached, but to be so in tune with yourself that you can navigate life's ups and downs with grace and strength. So, how do you start mastering your emotions? Begin by practicing mindfulness in your daily life. Pay attention to your emotional responses and notice what triggers them. When you feel a strong emotion coming on, take a moment to breathe, acknowledge what you're feeling, and then choose how you want to respond. Over time, this practice will become second nature, and you'll find that you're able to handle difficult situations with a sense of calm and control that you might not have thought possible before. Step 7. Master the art of listening. You might think that listening is just about hearing what someone else is saying, but it goes so much deeper than that. True listening is about being fully present, understanding the emotions behind the words, and connecting with the person on a level that goes beyond just the surface. When you master the art of listening, you don't just hear, you truly understand, and that's a game changer in any relationship. In today's world, listening has become a bit of a lost art. We're so used to distractions, our phones, social media, the constant buzz of daily life, that we rarely give our full attention to the person in front of us. But here's the thing, when you truly listen to someone, you make them feel valued, respected, and understood. And that's incredibly powerful. Whether you're in a romantic relationship, dealing with family or friends, or even interacting at work, the ability to listen deeply sets you apart. It builds trust, strengthens connections, and can even resolve conflicts before they escalate. Think about a time when you were upset and needed someone to talk to. If the person you turned to was only half listening, maybe nodding along while scrolling through their phone or clearly thinking about something else, it probably left you feeling frustrated and unheard. But when someone really listens, when they put everything else aside and focus entirely on you, it feels different, doesn't it? It feels like they truly care, like your thoughts and feelings matter. That's the power of listening. It's not just about the words, it's about the connection you create. In relationships, mastering the art of listening is essential. It's easy to get caught up in wanting to be heard, especially during disagreements or when emotions are running high. But the real strength lies in being able to step back and listen, even when you have something important to say. When you listen first, you show that you're willing to understand the other person's perspective, and that alone can diffuse tension and open the door to more meaningful communication. This doesn't mean you never speak up or share your own thoughts. It's about balance. It's about ensuring that the conversation is a two-way street, where both parties feel heard and respected. When you approach conversations with this mindset, you'll find that people are more open to listening to you in return. It creates a positive cycle of communication where both people feel valued, and that strengthens any relationship. But listening isn't just important during conflicts or deep conversations. It's something you should practice in everyday interactions as well. When you're talking to someone, whether it's your partner, a friend, or a colleague, make it a point to really listen. Put down your phone, make eye contact, and give them your full attention. Notice not just what they're saying, but how they're saying it. Pay attention to their body language, their tone of voice, and the emotions behind their words. This kind of attentive listening helps you understand the full picture, not just the surface level of what's being communicated. The Stoics had a lot to say about listening too. Epictetus, for example, famously advised that we have 2 ears and 1 mouth so that we can listen twice as much as we speak. This isn't just a clever saying, it's a profound piece of wisdom. Listening more than you speak allows you to learn from others, to gain new perspectives, and to avoid misunderstandings. It's a practice that cultivates humility, patience, and a deeper understanding of the world around you. So how do you master the art of listening? Start by being fully present in your conversations. This means setting aside distractions and giving the other person your undivided attention. Practice active listening by acknowledging what the other person is saying. Nod, make eye contact, and offer feedback that shows you're engaged. Ask questions if something isn't clear, and don't be afraid to reflect back what you've heard to make sure you've understood correctly. This not only helps you grasp the full meaning of what's being said, but also shows the other person that you're genuinely interested in their thoughts and feelings. Another key aspect of listening is empathy. Try to put yourself in the other person's shoes, to see things from their perspective. Even if you don't agree with everything they're saying, understanding where they're coming from can help you respond in a way that's compassionate and constructive. This doesn't mean you have to lose your own voice. It means you're creating a dialogue that's based on mutual respect and understanding. As we wrap up today, remember this: true power lies not in what you say, but in how deeply you listen, how steadfastly you stand by your values, and how unwaveringly you pursue your purpose. You are not defined by the noise around you, but by the quiet strength within you. If you found value in this, make sure to check out one of the suggested videos on the screen. They're packed with more insights to help you on your journey. Stay strong, stay focused, and I'll see you in the next one.